score.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Welcome to the Loose End Sports Show, the number one sports show on planet Earth, proudly brought to you each and every week by the terrible person that runs Caffeine Gum Australia. Jed, I got some great news. Arctic Mint is back in stock. I know you're a big Arctic Mint guy.
Look, it's in my mouth.
There you go. There you go. Oh, you got the green boy. Definitely using that as an ad. That is spearmint for the ladies and gentlemen listening. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. I'm structureless without my work got cancelled because of the rain. So now I don't know what I am. I'm a shell of a human. I'm about to clean my
You don't like change. You don't like change, do you?
No, I like having shit to do.
Move your mic just away from your face a little bit.
No, I'm going to go closer.
You do whatever you want. Sorry.
I like having things to do. And today I've got nothing to do. Training, obviously, for everyone except the Eastern Suburbs this week is going to be very fucking difficult because we're 5 foot underwater everywhere in New South Wales. And so, yeah, that's one thing to consider. And we are also playing East, so couldn't be any better.
It's fucking wet, isn't it?
Oh, well, the weekend was it was actually, I don't know. It was our game was all right, but like I watched the minis last night, which I'll come back to in a minute, but fuck me, it was wet everywhere. Crikey. Some of those grounds, most of these grounds aren't going to recover. Like, I don't know.
Milner will never be the same again after that.
What about fucking West Harbour played at St. Luke's? Holy shit.
Where's that?
It's the one across the field that you warm up on. Fuck me drunk.
Oh, you mean from Concord, like the back over?
Yeah.
I'm going to watch that.
Oh, man. Well, Stan put out a thing, or West Harbour put out a thing saying it wouldn't be televised. I'm like, yeah, no shit.
Oh, okay. Fuck. You're gonna need to hire like drones and shit for that.
Well, I don't know. You need to hire a crowd. Fucking poor St. Luke's. That's not where you want to be playing first grade. But yeah, it was. I don't know. It was just a fucking monumentally wet weekend, which is fun at the time. But standing in the rain for 7 hours probably doesn't make you feel very good.
I remember walking around the field at Milner going, don't fall over, don't fall over, don't fall over.
Crikey, I couldn't go anywhere. Like, it's so stressful.
Like, up to your ankles in mud.
Yeah, I should have worn boots. Like, I don't know. I was fucking sopping wet. I actually had a shower after the game, which is very frowned upon as a coach. I had to wait all the way till the end.
You just got in at the start with everyone.
I just got
saved with my back, boys.
Way the nude straight off the bat. But I had to have a shower. That's how fucking cold it was. But I don't know. It's a pretty classic wet weather game on the weekend, and I had a quick look around the grounds. And to be honest, most of them, the stand minis, you're in strife when it's a 6-minute highlight reel, and highlight number one's coming in the 32nd minute of the game, and that happened at least 3 of the games. Like, I'm looking at a scrum, and it's like minute 28, and I'm like, oh shit. What an absolute shit show this game must have been.
Yeah, I think it was perfect for those teams that have British playmakers. Let's just say that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I obviously it's not a running rugby style of weekend, and I think that the more rugby you did play, probably the worse off you might have been, hypothetically.
100%.
But no, it was very interesting. I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as a spectator, but
no.
The
Fijian Drua 7 was playing for Hunter.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like, he's a gun, but like, could not have been a worse game for him to play for Hunter. Like, I saw him warming up and I was like, he's fucking massive, really good player, but like, he probably won't touch the ball today. So, it was one of those games where if you did have power players, like they're just going to get taken out. And it was a duel of basically set pieces and kicking. Across the board, I had a look at Sydney Uni scored fucking 27 rolling maul tries. And that was pretty much the tail of the tape across the board, to be honest. So there wasn't too much exciting.
What else is happening? You are like my one sort of glimpse into the outside world. Otherwise, I'm just very insular, wandering bear, just trying to work out how to build the brand.
What else is happening?
Well, I don't know. Just educate me. That's why I talk to you. Tell me what's going on. What have you planned for this episode? As everyone knows, I never plan anything, even though I've got a few questions for you.
Yeah, I know. Well, I need to tick off some things. There was a fucking absolute plethora of rugby from the weekend.
How many of the games did you watch? Did you watch any of the test matches?
Yeah, I watched most of the A game. Obviously, half of the Kiwi game, all of the Wallabies game, the shorts of the Tonga, Samoa. Like, I watched my fair few. I didn't get to the French Barbarians playing the USA, but I did my best. The A team I didn't think were very good. They didn't play very well.
No, I only saw the score. Apparently Samoa comfortable win at the end.
Yeah, it was sort of like they just weren't clicking. It just looked like a team who hadn't really trained that much together, which they haven't.
Almost like a throw together team, just picked at random.
Yeah, almost like a team thrown together to try and cap players for that country. So I they couldn't hit set piece in the first half. They spent like 20 minutes in Samoa's fucking A zone trying to score, and they just couldn't do it. So lots of drop ball. The game was still there to be had. I said to someone, like, it's not a very good Samoa team. And they were like, well, that is a Samoa team. Then so be it. It's not a great side, like in World Rugby. I think that the Australia A team would probably want to win that. And I think they probably would with more prep or like a different prep or something. But they weren't great. They were a bit scratchy. I think they'll be better.
Did you watch the entertainers of World Rugby, Fiji? I think they played Tonga.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I fucking had this debate with many people. Everyone's going, oh my goodness, look at this Tonga team. Fucking Israel Folau, Malaka Fekatoa, Charles Petia. My mate, some of these guys are fucking old as shit. Like, Israel Folau had one touch and got injured. Fekatoa was okay. Charles Petia is still a good player. But, like, these guys, they're fucking old. Like, their primes are long and long ago. Like, they're not – I wasn't looking at that Tongan side and going, man, that's going to rip up. I was like, it didn't surprise me that Fiji tore him to shreds, considering that the core component of the Fiji team's just done a full season.
You know what's funny? I was going to have this chat with you at some stage when I remembered it, but you know how people always, they get this perception of you and then it's almost like that just stays until you absolutely destroy it. It's like the perception of these guys is still them when they're in their prime. And now they've got to overseas, made a bunch of money, probably not, playing high level test rugby week in, week out, and it's reflecting in how they're playing. Yeah, but people still look at him and go, fuck, Israel Folau's a gun.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, is he like, if you really look at it, when was the last time he played properly? Like, he was in England fucking around in rugby league, and then he was in Japan playing fucking, like, on the sting, 2 touches a game sort of thing. Like, he hasn't played proper rugby in a long, long time. So,
yeah.
I know, like, Fekatoa is still like a name brand guy, but like, I don't know. I always thought he's a little bit limited as a centre. Charles Petia is still a weapon, but like, he's not going to win the game for you. Look, it just didn't surprise me that Fiji put on a clinic. It didn't. Having said that, Tonga had about 5 tries disallowed, but yeah.
Is there a country on planet Earth with more rugby talent per capita than Fiji? It's absurd how many good rugby players come from that place. Look at all the Fijians that have played for Australia, currently are playing for Australia.
Yeah, probably not. No, probably not.
The All Blacks.
It's incredible. It's incredible talent base.
You look through Pro D2, top 14 in France. There's a lot of Fijians playing.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's an incredible talent base, and like just very genetically gifted people who are, but also like very tough people who are good at the sport. So it doesn't really surprise me that they don't have some of that. But they don't have their stars either. Well, they don't have some of their, like, where's Semi, where's Josh Tuasova, like, and they're putting on a fucking clinic against Tonga. So it was cool. It was cool. But the divide between, I think, the island nations and sort of even the Wallabies is now, I think it's massive now. It's like there's years where it's like not as big, and like Samoa beat Australia, and like, I think it's huge now. Like, it's big.
I think if they got given regular internationals against top class opposition with a centralized system where they had more time to train together, prepare, do you think that would make a difference?
Yes. but they've got massive problems with their administration bodies, all of them. I think except maybe Fiji, but like Samoa's had a corrupt governing body, and so is Tonga for like a decade. They're always infighting and like pissing away their money and stuff like that. So it'd be a very difficult place to go and play. They don't get paid. Like you hear the stories, like from the 7 stories from Tonga and Samoa. Like it's fucking, it's just disgusting. So if it was set up properly, yes, but I don't think the Cattle's like you get honestly, you can have a world class 13 and a club footballer at 6. So like there's a huge diversity in talent there.
Well, look, as we've all learned, if it's not functioning off field, it's pretty hard for it to function on field.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of the Wallabies game?
Oh, fuck me. They did well. They did really well. First thing is, like I know what Darcy Swain did was a red card, right? I understand it has to be a red card, but like, it's just such a fucking waste. Darcy Swain, if you hear this somehow,
he's a big fan of this show.
You had 2 options, right? Like I know he's like sort of like the rough tumble second right anyway. He should have bailed that guy up and put one on his fucking chin. He gets a red card. He's out of the series anyway. You take that guy out of the game because you just fucking knocked him out. You probably become a cult hero, right? Instead, you sort of jam your head lightly into his head. You get red card. And in 90% of other games, you fuck the team. Like I honestly think that the red card is now so fucking... He might as well just knock that guy out. I think he would have ended up with a bigger following, like a reputation as a badass, and you take that guy out of the game. That guy came on 10 minutes later.
If you are going to get a red card, you may as well fucking get a red card.
100%. Like I
take him down, choke him unconscious in front of everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
A bit of ground and pound. Get in a triangle.
Snap kick him to the fucking temple. Like, if you're going to do it properly, because he's going to get like 3 games, stand in front of some old dinosaur somewhere, and they'll be like, oh, this is such a bad thing. Like, when really his head like grazed the other guy's head. He'll get 3 weeks off. Go get 6 weeks off and just fucking snap kick him in the head. Like, who cares? I just think he would have ended up better for everyone if he did that.
Well, people still talk about Eric Cantona kicking the guy in the crowd from Manchester United all those years ago. I know you're a big soccer guy, so obviously you get that reference.
Football. Yeah,
football, sorry.
Huge football guy, mate. I love it.
Just done that. Just fucking elbow him in the face, fucking little bit of a spinning elbow.
Just do anything if you're going to get redded. But they were very impressive. Like,
can I make a bold statement?
Yeah.
I actually think it was better having Lolosio on there.
Maybe. I mean, who knows what you're going to get with Craig Cooper? Who knows? Everyone's still smoking his pulse because he played one decent test last series, but the games after that test, he wasn't very good. Lolosio is a
predominantly Brumby's back line.
Yeah.
I just think having that sort of consistency at 10 probably paid a bit of dividends at the end, even though it would have been disruptive as fuck.
That whole debacle pre-match was just hard to listen to. You know what? The final thing was calf awareness. It wasn't calf strain. It was calf awareness. He was aware that he had a calf, and pulled out of the game. So it was tough going for me as a listener. And then obviously you add in the GOAT, the greatest all-time commentator, Sonny Bloom, to that mix, and you get
Let's bring him up in a sec.
No, brother, yeah.
No, but I probably as I got older, I'd rather miss a week than miss 8 weeks. Do you know what I mean? So if he felt like his calf might go, I get it. It's a little bit of softness, and I've never had that chance to play 10 for Australia, so I'm not sure what I would have done. But if missing 1 week's better than missing 12 or 8 weeks, or 6 or 4, you know.
Yeah, probably.
And we won, so who gives a fuck?
They played well. They showed a lot of grit. They did some good. They did some good shit. Karevi looked good. Mareki looked good. Tom Banks's broken arm was fucking disgusting.
Yep.
So all I was thinking was someone shove a whistle in that guy's goblet real fast. Like get a whistle into him. There's way too long. I don't know if Tom he hears this, but there's too long in delay for the whistle. Like he should have had a whistle in his mouth by the time he took his second breath.
You used to get whistles when you did like a stinger or something. You know.
No, I've actually never had a whistle. I've never had a whistle.
Why are you winking?
Six pack of whistles on a Sunday afternoon. But yeah, I was just like, holy shit! He clearly compound broken his arm. Like he needs a whistle badly. But that was disgusting.
Now let's just bring this up. Let's bring up the elephant in the room. You were trending viral on Instagram on the weekend for your comments regarding Sonny Bill Williams' commentary.
Unbelievable, bro.
Can I like anyone that's watched a lot of the Stand Sport commentary, you know, the Shute Shield, the club rugby would go, look, there are some good commentators, there are some less than good commentators, and how do these guys get a job? How do these guys get a job, Jed? Is it because he's a celebrity boxer now? You know, was he a good league player? Is that why he gets this job?
He's like I've said this before. He's one of the all-time great athletes. Like I've sat in rooms and defended him as a better athlete than LeBron James and things like that. Multi-sport athlete who, you know, dominated across the codes. But when you have to talk for a living and like your vernacular, the way you speak, the way you put sentences together is your job, and like you can't actually fucking finish a sentence, then you're going to be in strife from the outset. So as soon as we started, as soon as they were doing their commentary team warm up, him and Morgan Turinui fucking walking the streets, and he's just absolutely blabbering. Like honestly, I could have taken any excerpt from the whole fucking game, and it would have made people laugh. Like I was just getting messages left, right, and center going, "Holy shit, have you heard this?" So Sonny Bill, one of the all-time fucking greatest athletes, but like, you know, even when Quade got injured, he's in the sheds fucking hugging him. Mate, the guy's got calf awareness. Relax. You know, like, you know, so the also is, you know, this and that. It's just disappointing. And back to you in the studio, Chubby. And I was like, fuck me. This is bad.
You know what I reckon? It's not hard to be interesting, is it? Like, just be interesting.
I don't know. He's very fucking interesting. He's interesting as a study on CTE. That's what he's interesting at.
But he's not like just communicate and be interesting. Say outrageous things. Who gives a fuck?
He should be in there, and he shouldn't be on the sideline. He should be in the box, just going, "Oh shit, what a shot! What a shot!" No, seriously, like color. He should be the color commentator. Like, oh man, did you see the flick out of the back of the hands? Like that should be him. It shouldn't be like, what did you think of the first half? Nola Lalesio actually gave him an answer post match that was so like eloquent that afterwards I'll have to post it. He goes, yeah, bro, I thought you had a good back to you in the studio. Like he was like, what are those words? So they're not going to stop. I'm not going to stop.
You say vociferous? Vociferous. There was a bit of a melee and he created a hullabaloo and the ball playing was vociferous. Oh, yeah. Kia bro.
Yep. Fair enough. And anyway, back to the studio. So it was just, incredible. And the good thing is we got weeks and weeks to look forward to that. The Stand team in there fucking for some reason. Bro, why do they wear fucking white shoes with their suits? Why do they wear white shoes with their suits? Just wear a fucking suit.
Let's just say how good is Stan? Just quietly.
It's so good. Honestly, it is fucking outstanding. Because
it's awesome.
You can watch two blokes just fucking fighting in the back of the Dubbo and they'll have a mini of it. It's fantastic.
Just give me the fucking highlights of the Jake Paul, whoever he's fighting next fight. Two jabs. I was watching some minis last night, and I will say that the Shute Shield commentary, because I think they at some point I don't know how they do their research, or you put in fun facts about yourself before this. I don't know how it's done, but like there's like 32-year-olds scoring tries, and they're like a fine product of Epping Boys High School. It goes in the corner there, and it just reminded me of like. They do clutch at straws in terms of commentary. There's that UFC, the UFC moon, where they're like, and these two men are both been involved in custody battles with their children. Like it's just like that at Stan. When the week that I was head coach against Para earlier in the year, they actually reach out to you and ask you questions. So, there you go. So I'm sure Batch probably gets that every so often. Yeah, and Wayland is actually only 40 years of age, not 65. You know, shit like that.
His BMI is 54. Things like that. I think they do a good job for the most part. I do watch the games on mute. but that's only because I don't really want to listen to it.
You just want to listen to the voices in your head.
No, I don't want to listen to them. But I can't listen to like too many like name pronunciations of shit. Just they start to shit me. So I don't.
At the grand announcer announcing Celeste's name on.
Celeste.
I was going to say, is there a wider club in the Shute Shield than Eastwood?
Not, mate. Have a look. No, we're not.
Celeste Mamalanga. It's Ma'umalonga. Ma'umalonga.
Our ground announcer often oversteps. Like instead of announcing like try to Hunter in the corner, he'll be like, and after a questionable decision, Hunter scored. I'm like, just read the fucking try, mate. Read the try. One week they were like, I think it was like Tane had gone to the Tars or something, and they were like, Jackson Bird coming up after Tane was called into the Waratahs team. Congratulations, Tane. And like that was his announcement for being in the team. And at Inside Centre, I was like, Jesus, just read the name.
I'll write that.
Read the fucking name. These poor blokes. He's copying
That's
a pizzling.
Funny. And he's only here because Tane has gone to the Waratahs.
Exactly. It was exactly like that. I was like, fuck me. Like he's running out just listening, going, oh, Jesus. Yeah. That's all I got from footy on the weekend. The Wallabies winning is always a fucking good thing, Jed Gillespie. Oh, well, the All Blacks are the best team by a fucking million trillion.
I'm going to watch that game tonight. Did they just tear them apart?
Yep.
I could imagine.
I got a good message on Saturday as I was prepping, and by prepping I mean going to the toilet before my game. Damien Quinn, he was having a beer with his mate, and he thought, how good would a Shute Shield Magic round be? And I was like, that's not a bad idea. Like, I don't
just have them all at the same ground.
Yeah. So he said Leichhardt, and he also suggested you could flog your caffeine pills at those games. So, but I was thinking that would be good. I don't know where you would do it. You would probably need. You could do Leichhardt because it plays into the night. You could do 3 games on a Saturday, 3 games on a Sunday, or 1 game Friday night, 2 and 3.
Let's do it on the Gold Coast. Take the whole Shute Shield to the Gold Coast. That's
an awful idea.
We'll play on the Friday night. And then we'll go Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Eastwood will have the bye, and we'll come, though. That would be literally recipe for disaster. Luckily, most of the Shute Shield people are nameless and therefore won't be in the paper.
I know where we should fucking go.
Cowra. I'm serious though. Like, I think imagine a Shute Shield Magic round that you rotate. So like hypothetically, like we put it in Cowra next year. So the whole town's packed, or the place is packed the next year, and this fulfills the Sydney rugby fucking independent declarations of independence that everyone follows. Like, and then next year we have 6 games in Dubbo. The next year we have 6 games in Mudgee. It would be fucking very cool, and it'd be a great chance for people who are like out of state and whatnot to come down and watch a shitload of rugby. I thought it was a pretty good idea. I'm surprised.
I agree completely. Well, you know why they haven't thought of it is because it involves a lot of thinking.
No, it involves. I was thinking about it. People who make money on their gate. So like Rats, Manly, or pretty much fucking everyone in the comp. They'll lose 15, 20 grand. So you have to figure out a way of reimbursing the cost. But then again, if the Shute Shield fucking Minister for Defence or whoever the fuck makes these decisions just said we're doing it, then we do it. And it'd be a fucking good party.
No, wouldn't it? I like that, Jed Gillespie. That's some quality from you. Who said that? Let's give them a shout out.
Fuck yeah. Damo Quinn.
Shout out to Damo Quinny. Good bloke.
Yep.
What else you got for me? I got a couple of Instagram questions.
While
you're looking into that, I'll just go very quickly. They're very easy questions.
Okay.
After Cowra, where is the next best place to live in New South Wales? That's a great question. There's really no close second, is there?
It's not the El Paso Lodge in Boronia Park, I tell you that. I'm starting to think.
Penrith?
Yeah, it's either Penrith, West Ryde, where I live. I like Mudgee. I'm a big Mudgee. I like Mudgee and Barrel. So those two come into my top three.
I've never been to either of them.
Mudgee's very good nightlife. It's fucking very fun. Yeah, they obviously have the.
It's a shame I don't drink anymore.
Well, yeah, I've been there a couple of times. Barrel's a little bit sleepier. It's for the wealthy down there, so I'm not allowed there all the time. But sometimes when I do get down there, it's very, very nice.
Just once a month on payday.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Two more questions, sorry, and then we'll go back to your well-educated, planned out podcast. If rugby didn't exist, would you still be into sport?
Yeah,
probably more so. I would be.
I'd be into. I wish I would be into way more sport. I mean, if you're like different countries are into different shit. Like if you're American, you're just into sport.
Yeah.
Like Australians are pretty sporty, but like usually like majority of people into rugby league, you got your rugby league team. Like when you're in the States, like you got your college team, you got your baseball team, you got your like I like that. I like that aspect of living over there. So I would be into like I don't know.
Where did you live? You live San Diego, eh?
Yeah,
so they have a number of professional teams in that town.
Nah, they had the Padres, the baseball, and then they had like a AHL hockey team, which was very good to go to. It's one step below NHL, but it's like $2 beers, fighting. It's really good. And then they've got a big college, SDSU, and then you just support whoever the fuck you support. But like Sundays, NFL Sundays, like baseball season, I think it would be. I think if rugby didn't exist, I would support a lot more sports than I do. Now it's really just rugby and sort of fighting and boxing.
Gambling as well.
Gambling's not a sport. It's not officially recognised yet. Actually, last night, as people got me on Instagram, I was watching American slap fighting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm usually into the Russian slap fighting, but I'm taking a stance with Ukraine and not watching that at the moment. Watching the American leg of the slap fighting, which is very fucking. Tell you what, you want some good viewing? Go watch American underground slap fighting. It is fucking outstanding.
Okay, good. I needed a new sport. I'm kind of into darts and drinking kind of stuff.
Bro, slap fighting, I'm telling you, I was actually contemplating last night setting up an underground slap fighting tournament in Sydney. I mean,
Bear Sports presents.
Yeah, they just do it in pubs over there because it's illegal. So they just do it like late notice in pubs. It is what it sounds like. You just stand across from the guy. There's rules around like where you can move your feet, can't move your feet.
Can they defend themselves? Or you just
no. You've got to take it on the chin. So you get like a little earplug so you don't burst your eardrum. I then slap you. If you don't get knocked out, you slap me back. And in the American one, you effectively just go until someone taps out. It is fucking stimulating viewing. Stimulating.
Slap. That's what I'm going to do until the rain stops.
Well, it's taken off in Russia.
So it's going to work everywhere.
Well, it's taken off in Russia, and they bet on it. You got pay-per-views. It's massive there. So I've been following for 3 or 4 years now. But I think if we did a pay-per-view slap fighting and we just sort of invited some of the big units from the Shute Shield in, and put up like a $5,000 fucking first prize, you get a lot of views. A lot of people would watch that.
Do you guys still do cockfighting over at Eastwood?
With chickens or?
I got nothing else to
Well, actually, that brings me to. Do you want to do one? Because if I lose my track of thought, I can never get that back.
No, you go your track of thought. I just go. I'm like a pinball. So I'll just come back to it.
Pinball.
Yes.
My brain's like a fucking pinball. We have like at Eastwood, I suppose our tradition is when you make your first grade debut, you sort of, it has to be a win. So it's your first win. And on your first win, you sort of strip off like during the club song. That's effectively it. And people hurl shit at you. And, it's nothing excessive, but like that's I suppose what the initiation is. Is there anything like that at South, or like have you heard of any sort of crazy one?
The South boys, you just scull a beer, your first grade debut. I don't know what the Wildfires boys do. No, I haven't really heard of anything. I know a lot of clubs present you with a first grade tie, which I think is kind of cool, and I wish South had done that.
They should do that as well. Yeah,
you guys do that? No, but nothing crazy.
No,
There's no nudity. They should do that. Yeah, I reckon they should. I reckon it's a big thing. Like when you play 100 first grade games, they should make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you get a pewter. I like the pewters. Like you sort of just, I like them. But like I think
a couple of clubs in Canberra. So if you just say you play 100 first grade games, I can't remember the name of the club. Might be Vikings or something like that. You get a pewter, so they present you with the Jed Gillespie pewter. Every time you're in the bar, the pewter's on the wall. So all you got to do is go grab your pewter, come down, you get free piss as long as you're drinking out of the pewter for the rest of your life in that pub, in that club.
That is fucking very cool, isn't it?
I should find out the name of it. It was a couple of the boys that went on the Bars tour with us told us that. I can't remember who though.
I thought they were all from Vikings.
Might have been Vikings.
Yeah. That's very cool. I like that a lot. Not so much just because you can just get plastered, but like you sort of get a 40, 50-year-old guy and he just goes, grabs his pewter off the wall, you know.
Yeah, 40 years later, it's a bit of tradition. I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. We have boards like that inside the clubhouse, like, you know, for 100 first grade games and like all that shit. And I think the last time it was updated was like 2010. Because it's still got the Shute Shield split in half. So fuck me. Like it's cool to see. Like I understand budget doesn't go to that shit, but like it's very cool when you do have
history is important.
Very important. One of my favorite subjects, and I agree. But the reason I asked about the initiations because I told that we got a young Pommy guy over, and I told him like, yeah, this is, you know, the initiation. He was like, oh yeah, that's sweet. And I was like, right, like what's the chatties? I mate at university, like he started telling me about his initiation, and it was fucking horrific. So I don't know whether they're getting bored in the UK, but it was like you sit in
fucked up things over there.
You sit in a circle and drink like 2 liters of milk and then 2 liters of port or something, and then you take turns throwing up on the guy in the middle. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
You can't do that anymore. Do they still do that?
Yeah. And then
South used to do, before I forget, because I am a bit of a goldfish sometimes, South used to have a first-time bus trip. So anytime you did your first bus trip with South, it was your Virgin bus trip.
Yeah.
And it used to be disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful. I've seen guys getting full-on fist fights, vomiting all over each other, vomiting all over themselves, nude runs, all that shit. Police eventually clamped down on it. And now it's pretty much, you know, banned. I think as soon as COVID went, bus trips kind of went anyway, even though the Wildfires boys go on one every 2 weeks. But absolutely disgraceful. So back to you. Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, like you said, he was saying it's like freezing cold. You got to be fully naked. They take you down to like a fucking lake somewhere. Honestly, it was starting to get a little bit dicey from the get-go, but like he's like
hazings in college.
Yeah, like you split up into 3 teams and you fucking vomit on each other.
You find a virgin and you,
and then he's like, you got an elephant walk to the next station, which I'm not going to explain what that is, but and then at the next station you got to drink like 6 of these, and then they've like you got to get vomited on once. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? What are you talking about? So I think
here's an idea. Just say no.
No, you can't say no. You know how
I'm not doing that.
You know how important peer pressure is. All I thought was thank fuck I didn't go to England or ever go to uni in England. Like that sounds horrific.
You just say no. I'm not doing that. I'll drink your beers, but I'm not vomiting all over my mate. I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't do milk.
Yeah.
Almond milk, yes.
Yeah, quick. We need 2 liters of almond milk for Chubby.
Please make sure it's cold.
The bus trips is a good point because like the early parts of my Shute Shield career was marked by bus trips, and it's something that I think probably South would keep alive a lot longer than other clubs just because you guys have a good social setting. But our bus trips died like, you know, really like 2011 or 2012. Like we stopped doing bus trips, and they were really, really fun when you're young. Like, you know, you
look forward to them.
They're so fun, and that if it'd be awful to be that bus driver. They effectively just fucking light a match and burn the bus after the.
Where would you go? Where would you go? Penrith.
Well, we usually do Penrith, but we do Penrith. We do South as well.
So you get a solid trip.
Yeah, good job. I mean, fuck anything to be honest, anything at 5:30 on a Saturday is a solid trip. Like, even Manly, like fucking anything. But they do 1 or 2 a year, and then everyone be back at the club, and it was just very, very fun. But they're gone, they're dead, and so it sounds like Hunter are the only ones who's still doing.
Yeah, the boys do one every couple of weeks, which I think is fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This
relatively sensible, I'm told. I haven't done one yet, so.
Well, like obviously the bus trips when you're a step higher, like NRC or something like that, they were a little bit different. There's still a lot of drinking, but the club bus trips are like, like you said, people are fucking Russian slap fighting, fucking they're naked, hanging out of the windows and stuff. So I can understand why the clubs don't encourage it. I'll go one for you. What's like the South Shindig? Like Eastwood for when I was 16 years old to when I was 25, it was a cruise. There'd be a cruise every year. And that was like the fucking thing that would happen on the social calendar. And it was very, very, very fun. Great and cold.
I could imagine that would have been fucking. Imagine you guys, all your white collars out in the city wearing chinos and stuff.
100%. 100%. It picks you up on the beautiful Parramatta River and drops you off at fucking Cargo Bar. And then you just get rejected from Cargo Bar and go home. So it's a hell of a night.
They used to do this thing called Beers of the World, which was like when you're in a pub and they sort of make a bus and you get on the bus and you got to drink a different beer depending what country you are. Yeah, it was that. Bus trips were a big one. There was there's all sorts of random things. They usually just have bands and stuff. There's any excuse to have a party at that place. It's probably quieted down the last couple of years since COVID, but they're the big ones I can remember.
Yeah, I missed the cruise. Like it was chaotic, but it was sort of like
you can't go as a coach. So are they still doing it?
Actually, I'm writing that down as a note because actually something I want to talk about. But they don't do as much these days. The boys actually, it was really good after the game on Saturday. Like everyone stuck around. There's a lot of old boys there for a really fucking shit rainy day. And then they went to the local pub at Epping, which for some reason was pumping. And I was sitting at home in bed and I was thinking, fuck, I want to be there. But I'll come back to that. The one I forgot is, before I forget, Cargo Bar. Now, have you been to Cargo Bar?
I've only been during the day. I've never actually been to a Cargo Bar at night. Because apparently it used to be like a restaurant during the day. And then so a nightclub at night?
Yeah. So I was a regular there for a long time. But the early, they had a Gordon affiliation. So if you played for Gordon, like upstairs is like, I don't know, the cool spot. Downstairs is not the cool spot. I don't fucking know. But like upstairs where you want to be. If you had a Gordon affiliation, they give you a card. And then that turned into a TARS affiliation. But the TARS affiliation actually gave you a $50 credit on the bar for every day.
I have been there before. This is the one on the water at the
Harbour. At Darling Harbour. So I went there and I had no idea about this TARS thing. I hadn't quite like cracked that. I was probably 19. And went with Luke Jones, who was sort of in and around the TARS. Maybe he'd just gone to the Force. I don't know. And he used to
go there for lunch every day, pretty much, didn't
he knew all about it. So we walk in and he's like, righto, who's Greg Peterson? And I'm like, what? And he's like, righto, you can be Ben Robbo. I'll be Greg Peterson. Here we go. And you went to the bar. He's like, Greg Peterson. They're like, oh, okay, sweet. Like, $50 fucking fish bowl that drinks like a massive thing. And then as soon as he just kept going back with under different aliases. So we're just flogging the TARS. And as soon as midnight ticks over, it's the next day's card. So I'm like, this is fucking genius. So many, many times a fake Tatafu plotter now would be showing up to Cargo to get his $50 free card.
That's fucking genius.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And it was an absolute haven of sort of rugby heads from the northwest region for good. Yeah,
decade. I didn't fit into that place for some reason.
Why not?
I don't know.
Didn't you have your chinos, brother?
I was wearing chinos.
Oh fuck, mate! It was one of those. One of those play. Oh, I don't know if you do. You come from the fucking scums of the Shire, but what are the seckies like down there? Because Darling Harbour is very dicey on security.
No, they're fine now. They used to be absolute fuckwits, but I actually like it when they kick me out now. But nah, they're fine. I think since COVID, everyone just wants you to come in.
Yeah, true. Well, back in those days where it was like, oh man, we can't have 4 guys come in.
Yeah.
Like,
you're not with any girls. You're not with any girls.
You're like, fucking, what the fuck are you talking about? There's like 4 girls behind us. Like, just let us into the fuck. Look, so you had to get a VIP card, but the guy on the door at Cargo at the time, he's like an influencer now, and he just fucking hated saying it every Saturday.
How many beers have you had? I've legitimately had 4 beers.
No, like, we'd roll in and then just sort of be like, mate, you know what's going to happen here. Like, we're just going to annoy you till you let us in. You're all right, fucking go in. Right.
Well, I'm going to spend a couple $100. I'm going to cause literally no problems. Leave quietly. You're losing money not letting me in.
I wish I could say that was the case.
I'm going to spend more money than she's going to spend. Yeah,
exactly. Like, oh, fuck. Did you ever go to Greenwood?
Oh, fuck if I know.
Chubby.
Where's that?
No, different Vinty. That was the Thursday night venue around here.
Oh, no. Not a Thursday. Well, I'm not going to say I'm not a Thursday night guy, but, it fits and starts through my life. But no, I haven't.
Yeah, that was just the same sort of thing. It was.
What are you going to mention about coaches? You said.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the only bit as everyone just is like, oh, I don't miss playing. I still don't miss playing. I couldn't miss playing any less. But the one thing I do miss is it does suck when you don't really get to, like, I'm not really a big drinker. Like and there's no winking on that. I drink, like, if you have a house party, I'll fucking drink. If you have a wedding, I'll drink. But I'm not like go to the pub every Saturday, punch 10 schooners. But
you like Saturday, paying for it, basically. You don't like paying for it.
No, I just want it to be a good event.
Yeah.
And I'm poor. But like Saturday, I would have loved to go to the tracks and just fucking, it would have been so fun. But it's just not quite the right look. Like Thursday after training for 10 years, I went in, had dinner, with the boys, watched the league. I don't do that anymore. So that is one aspect where I do miss that aspect. It's not camaraderie necessarily. It's just like you don't get to do those things.
No, I agree. And most coaches got married with kids, so they can't. You're not going to go socialise.
I mean, you probably didn't have to really kick the heel in there, like with that last. Did you really have to do that? That wasn't. I know, but I'm already on the ground. So how about we just don't lay the boot in? Are you with me?
Have you obviously you got some, quality human beings as coaches through the Eastwood years, but have you ever sort of seen a coach, without naming names, that's put themselves in a situation you've gone, oh, they probably shouldn't have done that?
100%. 100%. And but I think there's times and places. Like, I think, again, like, not to mention my favorite place in the world, but like if we go on a trip to Cowra, right?
Oh, you have to there. You're
going to see, like, your coaches and the players, we're all fucking nowhere near Sydney. We're all going to go to the same pub, But, on a Saturday night, well, when the boys finish up and they go back to someone's house and then go to the pub, like,
that's
not really the place for you, So, and have I seen coaches do that? Yeah, I have. And to be honest, a lot of the times it doesn't end well. And it's not to say that there's like an event or like something bad happens, but it's not a particularly, like, I've seen some coaches fucking blasted, wasted, saying things they shouldn't. And like, that falls back on the player, or like, leaking things that they shouldn't leak, and like then the player's fucking upset and shit like that. And it's just unprofessional. It just doesn't look good. It doesn't matter what level you're at. It just you can't be doing that. And inevitably, as well, as if you go out and have 10 beers and everyone's had 10 beers, at least 30% of the players are going to be like, mate, like, what do you think? Like, really, like, what have I got to do? Like, or like, like, I'm sorry about that. Like this, like, selections or this and that. It's just not a good dynamic.
I saw a guy.
Here we go.
At a bar somewhere. I won't say specifics, but one of the guys gets kicked out. Deservedly so. They were acting like annoying drunken prick. I was happy that they got kicked out. It wasn't me, by the way. And the coach, there's like a bit of push and shove with the bouncers because this guy won't leave quietly. So the coach gets up, has been drinking all day, absolutely off his head, and starts pushing and shoving with the bouncers in front of everyone in like a very public spot during like 4 p.m, peak hour for like a Saturday. And I just remember looking at it and going, that's not a position I'd ever want to be in as a coach, because I always wanted to be a coach. And I'm looking at it and going, that guy's kind of lost me now.
Yeah, that's it, eh? Like, yeah. And again, there's times and there's places. So, like at the end of the season, you know, if you have like, I don't think like coaches don't go to Silly Sunday at Eastwood. You know, they have their own little thing, but there might be a time where during the day where you meet up and you have a few beers, this and that, and like, you know, reflect on the season. We all went out for dinner last Monday. Like there's times and there's places, but there's, you know, there's not, yeah, like things like that aren't a good look, I don't think. But also there's, I suppose the dynamic at Eastwood at the moment is like the guys put in their hard work on the field on Saturday. They fucking like that. They went to war. Like they did their fucking 80 minutes. Their bodies are hurting. So it's time. It's the onus is now back on us to do some fucking review and do that part. So like if you were going out getting fucking hammered, I feel like I wouldn't be pulling my weight.
If you can do it all, though, that's where the real key.
Well, if you can do it, you can do it all, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's just a side piece, but I do miss those aspects. Like fuck, I was in bed by 11 o'clock, and I was thinking I'd done the review, and I was thinking, fuck, I wouldn't mind being at tracks. Like I haven't been there in a couple of years. Fuck, it'd be fun, but it just doesn't happen. So I've actually felt, I need to go out. I'm dying to go out, Chubby. Get me out.
You don't need to go out.
Oh, bro, I have not. And I know you fucking. I haven't had a schooner since Christmas, since fucking New Year's Eve.
Fuck off, you haven't.
Mm.
Jesus, I wish I could say the same.
That's what I mean. So like, I'm in a 4-month fucking absolute hole at the moment, and I think it's weighing on me. Just doing the same shit. Finish game, review, Sunday, preview, go Monday.
You need a little bit of chaos in your life, Jed. Do you know what I mean? I need like a weekly dose of chaos. Otherwise, I just go crazy.
Find chaos.
Just something different. So, you know, like you drive
a car crash or like you want me
to... I've had a few of those lately. But, you know, you drive the same way to work every day. You get the same coffee. You go to the same lunch places. You just same way to training, same people. Just need a little break from the routine every now and again.
Yeah,
I'm dying. Get it.
Yeah, I'm dying for like a wedding or a fucking 21st. Still invited to a 21st. Oh, fuck.
You can't go during footy season unless it's a nighttime one.
Well, I'm turning 30 in a month.
You old piece of shit.
I know, it's fucking literally awful. Like you get, you know, I'm sure you. Actually, I don't know.
30's a big one. 30's a big one, and then everything after that, you're like, ugh.
Well, I don't like. You get the message from the family, like, "What day do you want to do drinks and this?" And I'm thinking,
"Fuck a day."
I don't want to do any of that. I want a one-way ticket to fucking Mexico.
Give me some money. All I want for my present is money, and I want everyone to leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, but you can't do that. It's not about you. It's about
everyone else. That's right.
But I'm thinking, I'm not doing. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I want to go to a 21st.
No, yeah, being 30 sucks, but everything after that is all right until 40. That I'm told, like 34. I'm 34 now.
Holy fuck!
Oh, just quietly. Liam Dwyer played first grade for South on the weekend. He's retired this year. He's like 36.
How did that happen?
But a lot of injuries there, I'm told.
That's fucking. That's loose. They copped a bit of a pizzling.
Yes, I didn't watch, but that's a wild situation. 36 years old, 35, I think he is, front row. Good club person. That's crazy. I would never do that.
I mean, when I say that's fucked, kudos to him. But like, fuck that. I couldn't imagine anything worse.
I would never do it.
No way. Are we alluding to the reason that you were at our game on the weekend, or is that staying?
Oh no, I'm helping the Newcastle forwards to the end of the year. So
okay.
I don't know if they want that said or anything. I'm sure I'll get a message if they don't want that said. But yeah, I'm helping them out for the rest of the year.
Could you have done that after the Eastwood round, maybe? You fucking prick.
Well, it didn't make any difference.
Well, luckily, all we'd done was set piece like this week because fuck me, like Hunter have got quite a good set piece, and it could have been a.
Well, they've done a lot of good work there, mate. They've honestly really good club. They got some great guys there. Bubba Coleman's a great dude. I'm not just saying that because I think he listens to this, even though he's a good dude. Mate, they've done some really good work, and I've really enjoyed it so far. I've only been to a couple of sessions, and that was my first game day. They got some talent up there, mate. They got some talent up there.
Yeah, it's interesting. I hope. Well, what's the plan? Do you know? Oh, well, fuck, you're not going to know. You've only been there for a cup of coffee, but like, are they going to put more grades in the comp, or like, is there plan?
Well, I asked about it, and he goes, "Well, if we've got an away game at Southern Districts, fourth grade are going to have to leave at like 4:30 in the morning to get there on time." I go, oh, that's actually a really good point. So I think at the moment,
I back that. I'm with him, but then at the same time, Sydney are like, well, every club's got to have fucking 4 grades and 3 colts. So
I don't know. I did ask the question, and the reasoning, I think they could do it, but I don't know. I don't want to speak for them, but I kind of get that. Like if you're,
mate, I get that.
If you're playing an away game at 10:20 in the morning in Newcastle from anywhere, you're gonna have to leave fucking early to get there. So,
oh mate, absolutely. Like you got to leave early to fucking watch it. I feel like the guys playing, especially since they've squeezed Colts in the middle now, like. It's genuine. It used to always be called the Breakfast Club when I was growing up, and it's fucking genuine Breakfast Club now. It's like 7 a.m. warm up. Like it's not for the faint-hearted.
No, you got to give lots of respect to those guys, and I think they got a little bit of a secret weapon playing up there. I haven't actually been to a home game yet. I think this week will be the first one.
I actually like playing up there, which is probably not what they want to hear, but I played there as a player, and I've coached there, and it was good. I fucking enjoyed it.
But it is a little disruptive from the usual routine.
100% it's disruptive, and it always plays. I think it has to inevitably plays into people wondering, like, fuck, like, I've got to worry about the boys going up there. Like, you've got to leave early for traffic, or are they going to go the night before?
Humans like a bit of routine. And
it's like playing in Cowra, mate, to be honest. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know it's going to be fucking fun, but you got to, I don't know.
Your head could almost be on other things when you go to Cowra, particularly you being quite famous in that part of the world.
Yeah, I'm still planning my move there. At the moment.
We'll go visit the Cumminses when we got maybe an off weekend. Hopefully their season's still going when the Shute Shield ends. And
that would be very good. That would be very good.
God, it'd be so fun.
That would be very, very good.
Great. It's a great town, Cowra. Great people.
I'd have to start drinking daily to fucking get my drinking boots ready, my sea legs ready.
Mate, that's a fucking great part of the world. But yes, no, it was good. It was good to be on the sideline again. I enjoyed it. I like seeing how other people do things. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, that's a fair bit of rugby. Oh, is there any other questions? I think you have one more on there.
Oh yeah, this one's a bit of a silly one, but we'll ask it anyway.
Oh, that's what we do here, apparently. So.
Would you recommend James Wayland to date anyone's daughter? I wouldn't say I wouldn't recommend it because he's a lovely fellow. I spent a lot of time with young James, and I thought he had a very good game on the weekend, just quietly.
He's playing well,
and I don't compliment him lightly.
No, I'm not.
But yes, to answer that question, yes, I think James Wayland should date your daughter.
Well, I've got my uncle who I work for. He's got a daughter who's 25, and they come to all the games. She's looking for like a player, and I literally just get my 15 list and just cross fucking 14 out. Anyway, no disrespect to Wayland. I don't think he's probably making the cut looks wise, but
it's got a good personality.
Yeah, well, look, but he's crossed out as well. So the only way you're making that list really is if you're fucking a saint, or I don't know you very well, because otherwise you're all crossed off the list. So none of you can date my cousin.
Hey, what's her Instagram? Just while
No, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. Not doing that, bro. Oh, fucking
Anyway,
hell.
that's all I got for you. The UFC fights were good. Volkanovski looked like a fucking absolute weapon. Stylebender's boring the hell out of me. Yeah, so
Well,
that's how.
I'm not a Stylebender guy.
What a fucking. I think the Undertaker thing. Did you see his walkout?
Oh yeah, I know. Like, I just don't like it.
Just get your own gimmick, bruh.
Just fucking fight better. I think he's very beatable. I think he'll get beaten by someone. I don't know who.
That Alex Pereira motherfucker looks crazy.
I'm a huge Sean Strickland guy, so I was devastated when he got knocked out.
Doesn't that Alex Pereira looks like a fucking killer, an absolute murderer.
He's a killer. He's shredded.
You just wonder what they have to go through in their lives to have that fucking crazy look in their eyes.
Well, most of them are like. That's the reason you like. I don't think I could be a boxer. Well, obviously, I couldn't be a boxer. I'm not very good at boxing. But if I couldn't be a fighter, because like every one of them story is like, yeah, you know, he was born as a crack baby on the streets of Rio de Janeiro. At 7 years old, he fathered his first child, like shit like that. And you're like, imagine my preview or your preview be like, he grew up comfortably and went to a nice school. He
had loving parents who supported his endeavors.
Middle class Caucasian, supported by his parents since the age of 30. Like, this doesn't really have the same ring to it, does it?
What do you think the youngest father ever has been? We should Google that. Actually, that'd be fucking wild. Let's have a bet.
Okay, it's going no. Well, I think
youngest ever. Father, keep going. I'm listening.
I think like back in the day, like back in the history days, people were like getting full families by 13. So I reckon it's going to be about 10.
Okay, the youngest father in the world is reportedly a boy from China who at 9 fathered a child with an 8-year-old girl. This occurred in 1910.
There you go.
That's fucking wild, dude.
I'm not sure how I feel about that now that I know it.
I'm not.
What was his name? Is he the ultimate?
Oh, I don't know. Hong or something. Kim.
I told you you'd be around that 10 mark, but I think you should still be learning colours around there, not
I'm thinking of boning girls at that age.
Not spreading your seed.
Particularly not other 8-year-old girls.
And Lord knows that
conversation.
But fuck, we're going to get redacted for this. But Lord knows that story ended with they both were plagued by illness and died happily at 13 in the Chinese countryside.
That's a weird conversation. Thankfully I never edit this podcast and that'll stay in. The other thing I wanted to bring up, which Kate suggested, is we should do a live podcast somewhere someday. Potentially in Cowra. Potentially in Cowra.
How do we do that though? Because if
I got the recording equipment, we just fucking, I don't know, film it, put it up live. We don't have to stream it or anything because every time we stream, it sucks.
Yeah, I don't like streaming. There's something wrong with it.
Well, I think it's if we were in person, we had all the shit. That would probably work good. But
it would be good if we could actually figure out how to do alternative commentary live and like well and easy. Like I don't know how that works, but like
because there's a 20-second delay.
I know. They're smart. That's why you're listening to fucking Sonny Bill talk about tight shorts and fucking. I am going to make more Sonny Bill ultra clips, but yeah. Look, I'd love to do a live pod. We should do it in my apartment. And have a slap fighting tournament. I want to have the slap fighting tournament. I think because it's probably illegal, we just make the players wear masks. We invite the biggest player from each club here. We crowdfund $2,000 for the winner, something like that, and we just do the podcast in my apartment.
Other thought I had, I like that as well. But we were talking about, Rob James, heavyweight beer drinking champion of the world. Absolute weapon of a bloke, powerful Rob James, is having some kind of beer drinking tournament or like drinking event where you can actually crown a heavyweight champion of the world, get like a belt made up, promote it. Maybe we could do that as well.
What, he's creating that?
No, I was thinking of doing it because I got a lot of free time lately.
That's not a bad idea. I don't
probably
want
be illegal, but it'd be fun. We could have you. Have you seen the movie Basketball?
Yes, I have seen the movie.
Of course you have. You're a fucking cultured man. Yeah. But we could create our own like underground community where we have like a heavyweight drinking belt, like the ultimate drinking championship.
Yeah, but what if when like the ultimate drinking champion, like when they die, what happens?
But did you die?
Yeah, but that's like we run.
I haven't thought a lot about it. Obviously,
That's why. Chubby,
you're the fucking lawyer.
Why does it sound like it's not baseball? It sounds a lot more like beer fest to me.
Well, yeah,
like the one where they have a world championship of drinking. It's not the one where they play basketball.
It was more like I don't know why beer fest didn't spring to mind, but we should do that.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I'd get around that. I think there's legs in that. There's legs in slap fighting. And there's legs. I got like $67. So I'm hoping. Have you seen Euro Trip?
Yeah, of course.
You know when they're like, "Fuck, we only have $3 left. What could we get with that?" And they arrive in Bratislava and like they're kings.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that works. I'm hoping that works in Cowra. So like if everything goes south, I just take my $67 there and see what happens.
Cowra is a great place. I don't know if we've mentioned that in this episode.
Actually, I've got, because I know you're going to ask what's been fucking on my mind / grinding my gears this week.
Yeah, I want to know, do you have an enemies list? Anyone fucking bothering you?
Oh, so many people are bothering me. It's not going to be on my enemies list, but fuck me, man. The online coaching stuff of rugby, people putting up clips of, okay, so the worst clip page in the world is Rugby Network. It's an American-based. I've posted some of the stuff on the Instagram for. Effectively, you just get a guy passing from left to right, and it'll be in like slow motion, and it'll be like rugby, the sport of kings, and it's just a guy passing. So if that's the highlight from the game, there was 8 games on the weekend. How fucking awful were these games? But that's just America doing American things. But like, holy fuck, man, there's some people doing like I'm watching one today, improve your passing, and it's like he's holding a ball with one hand and someone's throwing a medicine ball at him with the other hand. Like, am I a dinosaur here, or do you just fucking go and pass? Like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, it's just, or you're standing on a Bosa ball with one hand with like a chopstick.
Fuck, I hate that shit.
With a chopstick in your nose, and you got to like blow a balloon blindfolded, and it's going to improve like your scrummaging technique. Like, just go and fucking pack some scrums and squat.
I'm with you. It's like making it fancy so it looks good on Instagram. Oh, look, try this fancy drill. Just go fucking 8 on 8.
Well, I was watching one and they're doing the pilfer thing. You know, you hold them back with bands on the pilfer.
When do you ever get held back?
No, yeah, but like you wasn't even picking the ball up. Like they were just all that like sliding in and fuck, it shits me. It shouldn't shit me, but it's in my algorithm. So when I'm scrolling through trying to fill time, like I'm just these fucking people.
That and gambling websites. But no, I agree with you. There's some people that we know who do all that shit and they get views upon views, and it does my fucking head in. You put out some quality clip of you talking shit about something and it gets 5 fucking views.
Well, I might have to start reacting to those clips, which that could cause some dramas. But yeah, like some of them, people send me them all the fucking. I cannot wake up without Mr. X or someone else sending me a clip of like 11 people like packing into a shed or something, trying to improve their line out abilities. Like they know that he knows it gets to me, and it does get to me. So now my algorithm, instead of being fighting and fucking Mexican cartels, is full of that shit.
Have you seen the new Nick Cage movie?
No, the one where he plays himself.
Fuck, it's funny, dude. You got to watch it. What's it called? The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. It's basically what this podcast is going to be called.
Well, I will fill you in, since I know for a fact Batcher doesn't listen to this podcast. Batcher, when he was in Italy, was clearly losing his mind, very, very bored. And he made a top 100 movies in order and released 10 each week. And he regularly references which movies are and aren't in the top 100. And the core element which made them high or low was repeat watchability. And Nicolas Cage was a very, very firm component of this top 100. So
that should be a Con Air guy, surely. Or National Treasure. National Treasure's gun movie. Like
Face Off. But I believe Con Air's number 1 of the top 100. But look, there's time. Time has. So this is like, had you been in Italy without Kate, nothing's happening. And so like like Lord of the Rings 2's at like 40. Lord of the Rings 3's at like 98. So like he's really gone through it. It's not just throwing things out there. So
he put some serious thought into it.
Oh, and occasionally someone will be like, "Oh, bro, what? You haven't seen this?" And he's like, "Oh, 37." Like he's got some problems.
Mate, I was standing under the covers at Eastwood, like the one spot where you don't get rained on, and he's come right up next to me and goes, "You know, my coffees." Like, didn't ever know it was me. And I'm like, "Oh, sure, Ben. How are you?"
Really?
Just out of nowhere. National Treasure quality films. Nicola, this one's so fucking funny, dude. He does such a good job taking the piss of himself. You'd fucking love it.
Yeah,
I know you're a big Nick Cage guy.
I'm not really a big Nick Cage guy, but I've seen it advertised a lot. I will get around to watching it eventually. But message Basher for his top 100 movies if you're out there. Yeah, don't say it came from me.
Is that what we got? Anything else? Like anything inspiring you? Any sort of thoughts to leave? I mean, if you get another rain day, do you want to do another podcast this week?
You just electrocuted me.
That's going to be.
Know these things electrocuted.
Yeah, if you put your tongue on them, they do.
Fuck. Yeah, I'll do another one if I got a rain day. We do have an unreleased one with Tane Edmed, which I need him fucking anyway. It's a long story, but I would like to get that one out there as well. But yeah, I'm happy.
He said was that the one he said some like racist and homophobic things on?
Yeah, he was really shitting on equality in that one. So I had to pull him,
cockfighting and gambling.
I had to pull him up on it a little bit and do some editing. But I would like to get that one out there. But yeah, I think I'll be rained off tomorrow. I mean, unless it's school holiday, so Barker's not there. We're not training for Eastwood tonight, so
you got a bit of free time. How good? No, I interrupted you. Like, what are your thoughts? Are you going to do any personal development during your downtime this week? What are you trying to learn at the moment? What's the whole thought process behind the Jed Gillespie life plan at the moment?
I'm about to clean my bathroom, right? So right now, so
I can only imagine.
That's what my next sort of job is. And the way I clean my bathroom is I take everything out of the bathroom, get in the shower, and then just poke the shower nozzle out and spray the whole bathroom. You with me? Are you following how that works or not?
No, I live in like a real house and stuff. So the bathroom's separate.
Like you just get the water source and you just shoot it out and just
scrub the walls and shit.
In the shower, you just spray some detergent around there. I mean, no one really likes getting down close to the toilet bowl and like fucking. So
is your maid there at the same time while you're in the shower?
She's off today. Carla, she's off. So you just get water just smashing the bathroom. So basically, I turn it into a wet room. So I'll just gurney that off. So I need to do that. I might vacuum. Whenever I get a day off, I'll try and just go to the gym. So I'm not a big fat piece of shit, to be honest. So I'll do that as well if I can. But
you're paying there. Fuck. Even though I got a gym downstairs, I never use it.
I have to. I can't do home gyms. I could only do home gyms during COVID. And that was cool because people would come around and use it, and I could talk to them. But I'll go up to TG because you got to get out of your fucking house.
Yeah, I got nowhere to go these days.
Oh, fuck off, bro! You're always posting from the beach. I haven't been to the beach since fucking Nam. So you're at the beach every other day getting a cappuccino, eight shots on the rocks.
That's true. I do drink a lot of coffee. But so your inspirational message for the people this week is you're going to clean your bathroom. I love that. That's probably a lot of women.
Remember that one dude gave that one speech and he's like, winning the war starts by making your bed in the morning or something. And everyone recites that. Mm-hmm. This is just another version of that. So instead of that, I'm going to tell you a good way to clean your bathroom is just grab your hose, your shower nozzle, and just start spraying. Spray the walls. It doesn't matter. It's all tiled. And then just give it a wipe down while you're in there.
It's fucking inspirational way to end. Can people please subscribe? If you're one of the very fucking few people that watch this on YouTube, can you please like, subscribe, share this? We're almost at 600. We only need 417 more until we can start fucking making money. I don't know why we're not going viral yet. Possibly because both of us don't know how to use social media very well.
I figured out I figured out how to make clips now. So you're all in. Anyone comment, any dual international boxers out there, you're in big trouble because I figured out how to react to things. So
I noticed you didn't tag him in it just quietly.
I'll tag him in it. I don't give a shit. He's the all-time goat of doing everything. He just cannot speak English. So you can't be a commentator.
Commentator. All right, that's all we've got, people. Yeah, buy caffeine gum, please.
Do it.
What's
Do
up?
it, kid.
Do it. Go
We
to
should do
Cowra.
We should do the thing Americans do and just post, like influencers do, and they just post their Cash App and people send them money for no reason.
Do people do that?
Yeah.
We should start a Patreon.
No.
Why?
Because I don't want people paying to do anything. I just want to.
Oh, I forgot something. I got to ask you this. So if you're obviously a big OnlyFans user, but if someone was going to pay you to have your own OnlyFans, if you were making, I don't know, say an extra 10 grand, 20 grand a month, would you do it?
Is my face in it?
Yeah.
What am I doing on there?
Adult acts.
I don't know.
30 grand a month.
30 grand a month. That's a good coin.
Is 50 grand a month.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Is that it? Is that the question? Is that easy?
Yeah, no. Well, I was having this chat with someone the other day, and they're like, "No, not doing it. 2 million a month. No, not doing it." Because
$2 million a month.
Some of them make like multiple millions of dollars a month.
Yeah, I understand that. Most of them are really famous before they do it.
But I'm like, as if you fucking wouldn't do that.
Chubby,
just do it for a year.
I need to be very explicit here. I am not having sex with you on camera. I don't care how much you plan to crowdfund. It is not happening.
$2 million a month, you wouldn't do that.
No, I actually wouldn't do that for $2 million a month. I wouldn't last a month.
You're not as much of a sick bastard as everyone says you are.
No.
Well, let's end it. Let's end there on that. Fuck, this has been a bit of a wild episode. Yeah. I don't know what else to say, guys. Please keep following along. If you got this far, we love you. Buy gum. And please send Jed Gillespie nudes.
Boom.
Bye.